Hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome to boot camp. I have a good workout plan for us. We're going to do 3 rounds today. We're going to do 45, 15. I'm going to go ahead real quick with demos. We don't need any equipment, but we'll be on the ground today. So like I said, real quick with our warm up, and then we'll get into it. So first movement here, we're going to start off with push up into a shoulder tap. So we're going to be doing a little bit of up and down here from the ground to standing. So hopefully I'll stay in frame, but start off with push up. So we can either be hands and knees or hands and toes, doing one push up and then tapping one hand on each shoulder. And from the knees, making sure, again, we are nice and flat here and then tapping each side. And then we're going to stand up after that. And I'm probably be going to the camera every other movement. And we're going to do some staggered squats here. So we're going to have all of our weight on one foot, coming up on the other toe, making sure it's underneath our hip. We're squatting down and only pressing through our leg. So from this angle, same thing as a regular squat. But since our other foot is off to the side a little bit, we're only really pushing off of one foot. So we're going to do all on one leg and then we'll switch over and then do all on the other leg. So again, it looks just like a regular squat there. So those are our next two movements. And then we're going to get back onto the ground for plank arm raises. Let's see if I can scoot this back a little more. There we go. So we're going to do plank arm raises. So hands and knees are hands and toes. And screwing our hands into the ground, onto our toes here, lifting one arm at a time, or from the ground, one arm at a time. And then finally, we're going to do more one leg stuff. My goodness. We're going to do single leg drop squats. So what this is going to look like, we're going to do all on one leg and then again, all on the other leg. We're going to be on our toes, hands above our head. So I know you can't see my hands. But then we're going to drop down and we're going to land on one foot. So it's going to take a lot of balance. So our normal drop squats, we're here and we drop low. This time we're here and we're dropping low, but on one foot. So if you want to drop onto more of a stagger position, do that, whatever feels best for you. But then we'll switch to the other leg after squatting down, landing nice and soft. So that is going to be our whole workout for today. So we're going to go ahead and start with our warm up. So we're going to go ahead and come to the top of our space for the world's greatest stretch. We're going to go ahead and release our fingers, grab onto one of our knees, pointing towards our chest. And we're exhaling, stepping back, reverse lunge, hands coming down on the inside of our front foot. Back leg stays nice and straight. Nice big deep inhale. And exhale, opening up towards the ceiling, thumb facing behind us. We're looking past our hand. And we're going to go ahead and exhale, plant outside of our front foot. Bring our back a little bit closer and push our hips up into our hamstring stretch. Nice big deep inhale. And we're exhaling. Bring your feet together. Push the ground away and stand on up. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So noticing our fingers grabbing onto our other knee, pulling towards our chest. And we're going to go ahead and exhale, step back, reverse lunge. Hands are coming down on the inside of our front foot. Back leg stays nice and straight. And we're exhaling, opening up towards the ceiling, gazing past our thumb, looking past our hand towards the ceiling. And we're exhaling, facing outside of our front foot. Bring our back foot a little bit closer and push our hips up into our hamstring stretch. And we're going to go ahead and exhale. Bring your feet together, push the ground away, and stand on up. All right, last part of our warm-up. We're going to do some plank to pike. So we're going to go ahead, make our way onto the ground on our hands and toes. And we're gonna go ahead, exhale, push our hips up into some down dog here. We can start to pedal our heels so we can push one heel into the ground. And then the other heel. And we can switch again. We'll do one more on each side. And switching one more time. And we can push our head in between our arms. And then we're gonna go ahead and come back to our plank. Whoops. And coming up again. And back down. We're gonna do two more coming up. And down. And back up. And then we can go ahead and make our way back to our hands and our knees. And we are ready to rock and roll. So starting off with push up into a shoulder tap. 45-15. I need my timer. I forgot it. And we're gonna get started here. 3, 2, 1, and go. So doing one push up, one shoulder tap on each side. Here, tap and tap. Keeping our core engaged. Elbows are staying nice and tight. Making sure that when we are doing our shoulder tap, our hips aren't moving side to side. Our headlights on our hips are blinding the ground. 3, 2, 1. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and stand on up. We have stagger squats, so we're gonna stand on one foot. We're doing all on one foot and then all on the other foot. So we're coming up on our other toe. 3, 2, 1. So all of our weight is on one foot. Other toe coming up. I like to keep that toe underneath our hip. We're squatting down like we normally would, but just pressing through our one leg. So my other leg, so right now, as I stand up, just then I was only using my left leg. My right leg is just there for support. So we're not pushing through the other leg. We're only pushing through one. Take it a little bit slower if you need to make sure you are only using one of your legs. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So we're getting ready. 3, 2, 1. So again, same thing down, pressing through our whole foot. Heel big toe, little toe, pushing the ground away. And it looks the same as it would, except for now this leg is a little bit further back. We're not lunging. This is not a lunge. It's not a split squat. It is just a regular squat, but our other foot is off the ground. That's why I like to keep it underneath our hip so our body doesn't do any weird shifting or anything like that. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we're back on the ground. We have plank arm raises. So either hands and knees or hands and toes. 3, 2, 1. So screwing our hands into the ground. I'm going to stay on my knees here. So our whole back is nice and flat. One arm at a time. Coming up. As we raise our arm above head, want to keep our core engaged. Acting like we're zipping our six pack together. So I want to bring everything down and together as we exhale. 3, 2, 1. All right. And now we're standing back up. We have single leg drop squats. So we're going to go on our toes. We're landing nice and soft on just one leg. 3, 2, 1. So we're here on both legs, on our toes, and then we're dropping back up a little bit, nice and soft onto one of our legs. So we're going to do all on one leg. So we're coming down. So as you can see, my leg is off the ground. So I'm actually going to face this way. So we're here and down. If you need to have that toe on the ground like you are doing a staggered squat, feel free to do that, whatever feels good. On that one, I definitely needed to do that. 3, 2, 1. That's a great way to work on our single leg landing mechanics, which is always good for running because we run one foot landing on the ground. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other leg, and then we're going to start back up the top. 3, 2, 1. So same thing on our tippy toes, landing down nice and soft. This is where you might notice that maybe one leg is more stable than the other. That's why we're doing these. Today's a lot of single leg movement, not a lot of cardio because I'm still a little sick. So, I mean, technically this is a little bit of cardio, but not like we're doing a bunch of burpees or anything. Not like we have done burpees in a while, but y'all know what I mean today. And landing nice and soft. 3, 2, 1. All right. Round 1 is done. 2 more to go. Back on the ground. Push up with a shoulder tap. 3, 2, 1. So either hands and knees or hands and toes. 1 push up. 1 tap on each shoulder. If you want to push yourself, you can always do 1 push up to 1 tap. So you can always do 1 and 1. But whatever feels good for you today. Might add a little extra in there since I'm doing it on my knees, but my chest is already tired. 3, 2, 1. All right. Standing on up, stagger squats. Starting with whichever leg you like. 3, 2, 1. Down and back up. So you can always make this one a little bit more challenging. You can do a little slower, whatever feels good. You can always add some weight if you have it, or put some books or something in a backpack, hold your water bottle, whatever feels good. Core is engaged, so still bringing our core down and together. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. Same thing. Other side. Well, there's no water. There it is. Talking too much. All right. 3, 2, 1. Beauty having a straw in there. I can squat and drink my water at the same time. Pressing through our whole foot, heel big toe, little toe. We're in our logo proud. Core is engaged, so our back's nice and flat. Our form is the same. Knee is still tracking right over the second toe. Chest is in the middle. That's also why I do like to keep the foot kind of similar to where it would be if we were doing a squat like this versus like this. It looks almost the same. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay. Plank arm raises next, and then we have our drop squats, and then one more round. 3, 2, 1. So either hands and knees or hands and toes. If you are on your hands and knees again, same thing. Headlights on our hips, lining the floor. It does help if we have a wider base stance. Help with balance. Now I started doing push-ups. Now it's time for push-ups. Exhaling as we raise our hand above our head. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, single leg drop squat. So choosing whichever leg you want to start with. 3, 2, 1. So on both of our toes, landing down on our leg. And this ankle here on our toes. It's gonna actually help us work on our calf strength, which is always a good thing to work on as well. And we do not have to jump. We don't have to jump off, up, and then on the ground. We can just go from our toe flat on the ground. That's all we need to do here. It's really helpful to help us. That's redundant. It's really helpful to work on for landing mechanics, like I said. Want to practice our soft landing. 3, 2, 1. And in this case, single leg strength. All right, we're gonna do the other leg, and then we got one more round. And then we're gonna cool down on the ground. 3, 2, 1. Same thing on our tippy toes. Nice and soft. It's also working on our single leg strength because we have to stand back up on that one leg. So like I said, lots of single arm, single leg stuff today because we do have our taps and the raises for single arm stability, as well as our core. And as well, again, you can land with your other toe on the ground to kind of help you with your balance. But we still should just be using the leg, our working leg. So for me right now, it's my right leg. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay, last round, push-ups with our shoulder tap. 3, 2, 1. Same thing. And again, you can either do one push-up to one tap or push-up, tap, tap. Also making sure our hands are directly below our shoulders. Lowering down, our hands should be at the bottom of our rib cage, at the bottom, and then we're pushing up. So it's this motion that's kind of scooping that we should start to feel our chest activate here. So we want to focus on that throughout the push-up movement here. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done with push-ups. Safely. Y'all know I don't like push-ups, but we still do them. All right, stagger squats. Choose your leg. 3, 2, 1. Whichever leg you want to start with. Down. It's been a while since we've done not alternating stagger squats, so I thought I would really drive home the single leg workout today by leaving these just one leg at a time. Exhaling as we come back up. Back is staying nice and flat, core is engaged. Finish strong. 3, 2, 1. All right. Going to the other leg. Be ready. 3, 2, 1. And you can make it more challenging by working on your tempo. So you can always lower for 3, come up for 3, or you can pause at the bottom for longer, or again, using weights or whatever you have to increase your resistance. Or you can always kind of move your foot placement as well. This is my favorite or preferred way. If you don't have like a bench or something to do like a single leg squat, or even if you don't have the stability to do that. 3, 2, 1. I know you can do a lot more when we have the other foot down versus like pistol squat or something. So, all right, plank arm raises. 3, 2, 1. Last upper body thing today. Oh, I am twisting too much. Exhaling, we want to keep our upper back nice and flat. Using our shoulders, very similar to like maybe even our IYTs where we use our shoulders to lift our arms up. So that's why I do like to do these ones from my knees so I can really use my shoulders and my core. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay. Last 2 movements, single leg drop squats. So starting with whichever leg you'd like. 3, 2, 1. Here and landing. And again, too, making sure that after we land, we're pushing through our whole foot. We do want to feel that in our glutes, our hamstrings. We will also feel it in our quads. But we want to make sure we're not pushing through our toe. We shouldn't feel it in our knees. Again, we do not have to leave the ground. So we're just dropping down. Hips going back as our knee goes forward. If you notice, this is the same position as our staggered squat. Our foot is just up. 3, 2, 1. All right. The last movement of the afternoon. And then we are going to be on the ground for our cool down. We're going to do some pretzel. 3, 2, 1. I figure we could probably use some rotation today. And also, we did do a lot of quad work with our squats and our drop squats. So we will definitely want to stretch those out a little bit. And our upper body. So we did do a lot of our push-ups and planks. So that's going to help us open up our chest and shoulders a little more. And I also know we've been working all day, so opening up our upper back as well. Great job. Finish strong. We want to get 2 more in here. 3, 2, 1. All right. That is going to be it for us today. And like I said, we are going to be on the ground with some pretzel. So making our way onto our side on the ground. You can start with whichever side you'd like. And once we are situated on the ground, we're going to do our checklist. So our top leg is coming up over across our body. Knee and ankle sit on the ground. Bottom hand grabs on top of our knee. Top hand grabs onto our bottom foot or ankle. We're going to inhale to prepare. And exhale, bringing our top shoulder towards the ground. So we're going to do A few deep breaths here. Let's inhale through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. Getting our nice big deep belly breaths. Let's go ahead and do one more breath here. And after we finish our exhale, gently release bottom leg. We're going to go ahead and flip on over to the other side. We have our same checklist. Top leg comes up, over, across our body. Knee and ankle stay on the ground. Bottom hand goes on top of our knee. Top hand grabs onto our bottom foot or ankle. We're going to inhale to prepare. And exhale. And top shoulder towards the ground. And relax all the muscles in our body as we exhale, sinking our body further into the ground. Go ahead and do one more inhale. And as we finish our exhale, we can gently release out of that. Feel free to stay laying on the ground, or we can return to a seated, kneeling, or standing position. But that is going to be all the time I have for us today. Great job, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Hopefully we feel like we got a good workout after that. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all again hopefully tomorrow for exercise XLs.